In this video, I'd like to talk about finding angle measures using triangles. And specifically, we want to use the fact that the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So, looking at this example problem, we are missing this angle x. We know this angle in the triangle. And if we also knew this missing angle right here, this BAC angle, then we could just add these together and set them equal to 180 to be able to solve for this missing angle. So let's consider how can we find this missing angle here? And we can just call this y for now. So to find this angle, we were also told that this angle outside the triangle is 123 degrees. So notice that this angle here, this green one, and angle y, that these form the angle of a line. So remember that the angle of a line is also 180 degrees. So let's set that up as an equation. We can say that angle DAB plus angle BAC, or just angle y, we can call it, these are equal to 180. They are supplementary. So we can substitute in 123 for angle DAB. So we have 123 degrees plus angle y is equal to 180 degrees. Now to solve this, we just subtract 123 on each side of the equation, and if you take away 120 from 80, that is 60. Taking away 3 more would bring us to 57. So we found this angle y, that this right here is just 57 degrees. So now we know 2 of the angles in a triangle, and we can add it to the third one and set that equation equal to 180. And from there, we can just solve for x. So we have that the 57 degree angle, the y angle, plus this purple angle, 58 degrees, plus x degrees, this missing angle, is 180. And if we add these together, 50 and 50 makes 100, 7 and 8 make 15, so we get 115 degrees plus x is equal to 180. And let's subtract 115 on each side, that way we can get x by itself. And taking away 110 from 80, that is 70. Taking away 5 more gives us 65. So this is what we think is our final answer. And the way to check these problems is just to make sure that these angles in the triangle do in fact add up to 180. So we know 58 and 57, that makes 115, plus 5 more is 120, plus 60 more is 180. So this does make sense as our final answer here. So let's do another problem. And this one's going to be a little bit more challenging, but we're going to use the same principles. We are essentially going to deal with a triangle here, but we have parallel lines. So it looks like this line BC, let me highlight the 2 parallel lines. So BC and DE, these are parallel to each other. And so we want to use the properties of parallel lines to figure out some of the missing angles. For instance, this angle x, this is outside of our triangle, but let me post in a diagram showing the relationship between parallel lines. And with this diagram, you can see which of the angles are equal. So we know vertical angles are equal, so B and C, A and D. But when we're comparing to the parallel line and the angles around that, notice that these angles are equal to each other. These are called corresponding angles. That's this right here. Also, since the corresponding angles are equal and vertical angles are equal, these 2 angles here are equal to each other. And these are called alternate angles or alternate interior angles since they're on the inside. And likewise, the 2 angles across from each other on the inside, so let's say D and F, these are supplementary. These add up to 180 degrees. So you can see that because Well, we know that the angle of a line adds up to 180 and C and F are equal. So you can solve to figure out that D would have to be supplementary to both of these. But for this problem, we essentially want to figure out what this missing angle is in our triangle here. And notice that, well, if we look at vertical angles, this would be the same angle here. And this angle here and angle X, these are corresponding angles. Or this angle in the triangle and angle X, these are alternate interior angles. So either way, this angle BCA is equal to angle X. So we can figure that out using the properties of parallel lines. So this right here is just X degrees. And now we have a triangle, so we can add up the angles and set it equal to 180. So we have that the 41 degree angle plus the 102 degree angle here plus our missing angle X. These are all equal to 180. And let's just combine like terms. So 41 plus 102, that is 143. And then we'll add X to that to get 180. And from here, we just need to subtract 143 on each side of the equation, so that X is equal to 180 minus 140, that is 40. Take away 3 more, and we get 37. So this is what we think is the answer, and to check this, we would plug it back in, and then just add these 3 angles together and make sure that they do in fact equal 180. But in this case they do. So we can feel confident that this is the correct answer.